Bangor. From the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, former gubernatorial nominee Elliot Cutler is expected to plead guilty in court on Thursday. Plus, a man is facing multiple charges after a 20-hour standoff in Auburn, and an invasive type of fish is wreaking havoc in Maine lakes. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith and thank you for tuning in this morning. My colleague Craig Colson is taking a well-deserved day off, and let's switch gears and throw it over to meteorologist Evan Biggs for our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Do you need extra storage, a place to live, camp on your lawn, buildings for your pets? Check them out at winterportsheds.com. Alrighty, here we are this morning. We are watching a few advisories that are posted, though. Mainly these right here are just some small crowd advisories that are posted until 10 a.m. later on this morning, though. We also have river flood warnings that are posted pretty much until further notice, as we're going to be watching for some high water levels as well. That's where that area saw a lot of rain very recently as well. For now, we're watching some rain tracking from the south to the north yet again, so unfortunately we're dealing with more active weather, as we'll be watching for a few rain showers yet again today, and some gusty winds in a few parts. As we do zoom things out and give you the bigger picture, here's that area of low pressure right here that's bringing some rain, and yes, even a few snow showers across parts of the country. I know we're in May, and here we are dealing with yet more snow across some parts of the country. So as we do proceed forward in time, we'll have the rain moving forward today, maybe mixing with a little bit of snow later on tonight further off towards the north, so make sure you're ready for that. But everyone else will mainly stay with a few rain showers. On top of that, a little bit of wind to watch out for as well, mainly out of the northeast going to the south and west at around 10, maybe 15 miles per hour sustained, but gusts up to 25 miles per hour are also possible. The hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, mostly cloudy with a few rain showers possible, temperatures in the upper 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Well, a wealthy attorney who came close to being elected governor of Maine in 2010 is expected to plead guilty to possessing videos and images of child sexual abuse. 76-year-old Elliot Cutler is due in an Ellsworth courtroom on Thursday. According to a court document, he's expected to serve 9 months in prison as part of a plea agreement. Cutler is expected to plead guilty to 4 counts of possession of sexually explicit material of a child under 12, according to the terms of agreement hammered out with prosecutors. The judge would still need to approve the deal. The sentencing memorandum, describes Cutler's addiction to pornography, with Cutler acknowledging that he downloaded hundreds of images and videos. His attorneys noted that Cutler never engaged in inappropriate conduct with children. Cutler ran for governor twice as an independent, losing in 2010 by less than 2 percentage points to Republican Paul LePage. A man is facing multiple charges after a 20-hour standoff in Auburn around 3 yesterday. Police responded to a report that someone shot at a person's car. The caller said he and the suspect, 47-year-old Darian Saunders, got into an online fight that escalated into threats. Police say he drove by the suspect's home after the suspect gave him the address, looking for a fight. Auburn police say Saunders refused to come out of his home and fired rounds at police. The standoff ended peacefully around 10:15 yesterday morning, nearly 21 hours later, Saunders is facing multiple charges, including elevated aggravated assault. MSAD 41 superintendent has suggested that the district hire their first ever school resource officer, but there are still questions that need to be answered. AJ Douglas talked to Milo's police chief to learn how the proposal could become a reality.
You never know when something or where something is going to happen, and I think that point has been driven home across the country.
Milo Police Chief Nicholas Kluge says he is open to discussing if and how a school resource officer could serve the town of Milo's schools.
It's going to be basically a safety and security position. A lot more discussion needs to happen.
The Milo Police Chief says the decision could ultimately come down to funding.
That's a challenge, being on 2 different budget cycles. They go in the summer to summer. We go from January 1st to December 31st.
MSAD 41 Superintendent Michael Wright says it's time for an officer to assist in the schools. Wright says the district is open to funding the position while school is in session. However, he's requested that the town take over those employment costs when the schools are closed during the summer and other breaks.
School isn't in session 12 months out of the year, so you have to employ the person full-time for those 12 months.
Kluge says the position could cost an estimated $90,000 annually. We talked to some community members who endorsed the idea, saying teachers deserve the support of a school resource officer. The town select board plans to discuss if the proposed position can be partially funded with municipal funds during Tuesday night's meeting. In Milo, AJ Douglas for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The Federal Emergency Management Agency will send nearly $16 million to a Bangor hospital for its efforts during the pandemic. A statement from FEMA says the money will reimburse Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center for the cost of hiring temporary staff to deal with increased patient loads between September of 2021 and May of 2022. So far, FEMA has provided more than $270 million in public assistance grants to Maine to reimburse the state for pandemic-related expenses. An invasive fish species is wreaking havoc in the Belgrade Lakes region, and the problem is growing. Maine wildlife officials say in the early 1980s, the northern pike was illegally introduced to the area. The northern pike is an apex predator, an aggressive fish known to outcompete other fish and take over bodies of water. They also prey on native fish, including salmon. Experts say once these invasive fish are established in bodies of water, they're almost impossible to remove.
These pike have just expanded and exploded in that watershed. Now we find them in over 40 lakes and ponds in Maine, whereas it used to be in just one. It really is an issue when it comes to, protecting some of our native fish like brook trout and landlocked salmon, and some of our fisheries for smallmouth and largemouth bass.
He says if you're caught with live fish trying to stock a pond, you can be fined up to $10,000. Laddie says he hopes the steep fine makes people think twice about putting fish where they don't belong. After an uptick in Lyme disease cases last year, experts are spreading awareness about preventing tick-borne illnesses. Our David Ledford has the story.
Tick season has begun. While the exact numbers are hard to predict, experts say that Maine's milder winter could likely mean a rise in the state's tick population.
With the warmer temperatures, they have an easier time surviving that winter, so they can emerge in higher numbers. So we can see those warming trends during the winter months contributing to expanding tick numbers and expanding tick distribution.
According to the Maine CDC, there were more than 2,600 cases of Lyme disease in 2022, an illness spread by deer ticks. Additionally, the CDC recently reported that babesiosis, another disease carried by ticks, is now considered endemic in Maine, meaning it is regularly found in the region. Experts say it's best to wear clothing that fully covers your skin and to make the area around your home less hospitable to ticks by mowing the lawn and using pesticide sprays. However, protection goes even further than that. Experts say it's important to check your pets and yourself for ticks after spending any amount of time outdoors, not just after a hike or a walk in the park, because ticks can be found in places you might not expect.
What we found with the tick submissions to our lab is that the majority of people that are encountering these ticks and sending them in are picking them up kind of in and around the home landscapes, like just going down to check the mail at the end of the driveway or taking the dog out for a quick walk.
For dogs, experts recommend tick collars and the Lyme vaccine. Dr. Kate Domenico, president of the Maine Veterinary Medical Association, says it's important to look out for warning signs in your pets.
So the signs that we see is that your pet could be simply just not eating. They could have a fever, lameness. They could just not be able to get up, so their legs act like they're not working.
In humans, experts say Lyme disease can produce flu-like symptoms and sometimes a bullseye-shaped rash near the tick bite. Tick season typically runs from spring to fall. If you suspect you have a tick-borne illness, visit your healthcare provider as soon as possible. In Orono, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, the time now is 8:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, we'll check out how local businesses showed support to local teachers for Teacher Appreciation Week. But first, let's take another look at that forecast. Cloudy and showers are likely throughout the day today, high of 49 degrees, dropping down to about 38 tonight. Rain, and there's even the possibility of snow showers overnight. Yep, you heard me right there. Tomorrow, though, fairly similar to today, clouds and showers, high of almost 50 degrees.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Asking the right question can greatly impact your future.
Are you qualified to do this? What?
Especially when it comes to your finances.
Are you a certified financial planner?
I'm a CFP professional.
CFP professionals are committed to acting in your best interest. That's why it's gotta be a CFP.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
NexGard is the flea and tick protection that's #1 with vets. Your vet trusts it for her patients and her own dog. Plus, its delicious beef flavor is #1 with dogs. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Ask your vet about NexGard.
On the next Last Man Standing.
Sometimes I hate Halloween. Why don't we just skip it?
But I already bought all the candy.
We'll just give it to Dad. He steals the good stuff and hides it anyway. So.
Ghouls just want to have fun.
This is your reward for making it through the gauntlet of horror!
Yeah. Until they get tricked by the wrong bag of treats.
You use the candy from that bag?
Yeah, I found it in your gun safe.
What's the big deal?
That's the candy I got from Mike's dad.
Oh my God.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Local businesses are giving back to their educators and their communities for Teacher Appreciation Day. Stanley Subaru in Trenton and Stanley Chevrolet in Belfast gave local teachers gift bags in honor of this special day. The gift bags included certificates for free oil changes at both dealerships, as well as 15 different $100 gift cards from the Belfast Hannaford. There were also flowers from local florists.
So watching the teachers light up, this was an exciting surprise for them to be recognized. We spend a lot of time celebrating student success, so just taking a minute to celebrate teacher success is fantastic.
And I'm pretty sure Teacher Appreciation Day goes all week. It's Teacher Appreciation Week, so you still have plenty of time to show the teachers you love your appreciation. The owner of Stanley Subaru and Chevrolet, Mark Polite, says it's important to recognize teachers because oftentimes their work goes unnoticed. But he says without them, we would be lost. A report from the Maine Tourism Association showed many businesses are unprepared for the large volume of people expected to visit the state in the next few months. Our Matthew Duronsic has the story.
There are many reasons why Maine is known as vacation land. The nice weather, picture-perfect views, and, of course, the seafood. Because of its reputation, the state has seen steady growth in its tourism industry. Every year, the Maine Tourism Association conducts a statewide study of how businesses are equipped for the upcoming tourist season. The study found just 29% of business owners reported they had sufficient staffing levels going into the summer season.
There's still a staffing shortage out there. A lot of businesses are going into the season that are going to be understaffed from where they really need to be.
Even well-known landmarks like Union River Lobster Pot report they're struggling to hire enough staff, despite their best efforts.
I used to be able to start in April and be able to finish up by mid-May by the time we would open up in June. But now we start in January, and late January, early February in recruiting. So it's gotten to be almost a full-time job.
Other local business owners spoke about the preparation that goes into preparing for the summer season.
Usually by the end of the previous summer, we start planning for the next summer. So we decide what we want to carry, staffing and all of that. So it's usually an 8 to 10 month lead process for us.
For us, it's just about, sort of building up our supply here in the store, knowing what people are looking for, and just being ready for the influx of people.
Maine Tourism Association Executive Director Tony Cameron says companies struggling with staffing should utilize the programs the organization offers to help recruit and retain employees.
We're all in this together, being proactive about it instead of being reactive, trying to go out and use the resources that the tourism job boards that are out there, and communicate with each other. We're going to help try to mitigate this problem better than other states.
In Ellsworth, Matthew Juronsik reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Hassan University invited the public to its Bangor campus to take part in the end-of-semester art walk. Students selected their best artwork, which was put on display across 7 venues on campus, from traditional forms of artwork like drawings, paintings, and photography to graphic design and animation, and even projects in virtual and extended reality. The exhibitions covered a wide array of mediums. Associate Professor of Studio Arts, Kathy Smith, says students had to overcome some obstacles as they experimented with new techniques.
We find that it can be really challenging and really rewarding to work in different mediums and art forms that are new, and that it does actually support their careers and their fields and their livelihoods later on.
If you didn't get the chance to attend the art walk, you can visit this story on our website, foxbangor.com, to view more of the exhibitions. All right, the time now is 8:16. After the break, the man wanted in Texas for execution-style murders is finally in custody. Plus, all the latest regarding the testimony in the civil trial of Donald Trump. This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
I've been in a few accidents and had surgery on my right foot first and contracted a blood disorder. I had quite a few seizures after that and then had a massive stroke. That was a really rough time in my life. Donna has helped me through so much. She knew exactly what I was going through, and she made sure that I had nurses in my home. She helps me with all of my medications. She coordinates all my rides to any facility I need to go to. She talks to my doctors personally. Thanks to Donna, I'm sitting in my own home and I'm getting the care I need and I'm getting all the therapy I need. It's made my life tremendously easier.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you, Donna?
I am okay. How's your morning been? You're not overdoing, are you?
No, I'm not overdoing it.
Okay, remember you are in recovery. You come first.
She gives me hope. She gives me faith. She puts a smile on my face every time I talk to her. I call her my second sister, and I've never even met her. Hello.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Oh, my goodness.
Well, it is good to meet you.
I have to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you've done for me.
That's what I'm here for. I love being able to make your life easier when I can and get you the care you need.
And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'll never forget you.
Never forget you either, buddy.
If I didn't have Donna in my life, I don't think that I'd be sitting where I'm sitting right now.
An Oakland couple is taking their love for cooking on the road with their very own food truck. Our Jody Hersey has more.
Across from the North Street Playground in Waterville, Derek DeFelice works the grill inside the Heroes on Wheels food truck.
I served in the Army from 03 to 09, did 2 deployments, Iraq, Afghanistan, and been out since 2009 and finally found our passion.
The couple closed their Heroes House of Pizza business in Skowhegan in 2022, instead opting to work side by side with one another on the road. The DeFelices say they have no regrets opening their own food truck. They say the Heroes on Wheels business allows them to be their own boss.
A lot of people have a hard time getting along with their husbands, especially being around them so much. But we get in the truck and we only communicate about the orders that we need.
The couple loves making burgers, hot dogs, Caesar salads with homemade dressing, and doughboys.
Our most popular items are probably our steak bomb. Everything's made to order. We get fresh bread trucked in for Mass every week. It's an amazing seller.
I got a steak and cheese, a couple hot dogs, a cheeseburger, and a chicken basket.
When the duo isn't catering at weddings, campgrounds, festivals, or other events, they park their business on the corner of Johnson Heights and North Street in Waterville. It just so happens to be where Derek's mother lives.
I absolutely think it's fantastic. People love it. I've watched it. Crowds come by here. Even the daycare parents are enjoying it.
To learn more about Heroes on Wheels, check out the Heroes on Wheels Facebook page. In Waterville, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
It's officially food truck season. Congratulations to them. All right, and the time now is 8:21. Time to get a full look at that forecast with meteorologist Evan Biggs.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Do you need extra storage, a place to live, camp on your lot, buildings for your pets? Check them out at winterportsheds.com. Alrighty, here we are. So we do have a small crowd advisories that are posted until 10 a.m. later this morning. Right along it here, wave heights continue to remain active in a few areas. River flood warnings remain posted until further notice. Whenever you see a time kind of like this, or it's very exact, pretty much it's in effect until further notice, until the water levels go back down. Wave heights are around 5 to 6 feet according to the buoys right now, so they continue to remain a little high as a result of the active weather across the region. We'll see some improvement coming up soon, but first we got to get through some rain that continues to fall in a few areas this morning. Nothing heavy, though. That was in the western parts of the state this morning. For us, not as heavy as it tracks off towards the north and east. We'll be watching for multiple waves of rainfall possible with this area low pressure tracking from the southwest going to the north and east. So today and tomorrow we have chances for rain. I've actually pulled out the chance for rain for Friday, so that is some good news. So we'll be mostly cloudy Friday and the weekend looking pretty good as well. So futurecast moving forward, a few rain showers today, some dry hours as well, but notice nothing but cloud cover. All this white you see here is nothing but cloud cover here, but we'll be watching for some rain and even a few snow showers possible later on tonight as well, and even through tomorrow morning, some more rain showers moving in from the northeast, going toward the south and west yet again. But once we head towards Thursday night and parts of Friday, this is the last little bit of rain before that finally begins to get out of here, and the clouds slowly but surely start to break up. As for rainfall, looks a little bit like this. The best opportunities for any additional rainfall further off towards the western parts of the state, where maybe another half inch of rain could fall between now and Friday. But for us, though, not a whole lot, maybe 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of rain between now and Friday before we're all finished up. So nothing significant. It'll just be dreary outside. And on top of that, though, some gusty winds on the way yet again, reaching up to around 20 miles per hour. And a few spots maybe getting close to 25 miles per hour along the coast. So, and we'll keep that rolling again, especially as we head towards Thursday morning. So the wind will continue to remain rather gusty. Our average high temperature is 61 degrees. Will be below average today and tomorrow in the upper 40s, but warming up pretty quickly. Middle 50s Friday, middle 60s as we head towards Saturday, close to 70 on Sunday, back in the lower to middle 60s again Monday and also in near Tuesday. For today, upper 40s cloudy with a few rain showers, with that east wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. For tonight, here we are, a few rain and some snow showers possible, lows in the upper 30s, northeast wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 40s again, cloudy with rain showers again, northeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Alrighty, for your Thursday again, upper 40s with a few rain showers, but drying out for Friday, which is also Cinco de Mayo, with a mostly cloudy sky. Now, partly cloudy Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures warm up.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Now is the time to consider taking care of your driveway or parking lot. With more than 25 years experience, Harvey Paving and Seal Coating specializes in asphalt maintenance. A fantastic way to extend the life of your asphalt is by taking care of it, and we will fill in all the cracks and seal coat afterwards. This leaves your driveway with a beautiful finish looking like new. Why not increase the curb appeal of your residential or commercial space? Give us a call today at Harvey Paving and Seal Coating for a free quote. 262-0154.
The furniture you've been looking for is in stock and on sale at the Furniture Gallery. Spring into savings with great deals like 10% off all in-stock recliners. And refresh your home with a new sofa and love seat set. 3 choices, just $9.99. Sleep better with a new mattress from Serta, Restonic, or Nectar. Queen mattresses starting at only $2.99. The Furniture Gallery brings you better brand names, plus a bigger in-stock selection, all at the lowest prices around. Support our main family-owned business and save money at the Furniture Gallery.
Saturdays, baseball's best are showing out on Fox.
Buckle up, it's going to be fun. What a play!
This is where MVPs are VIPs, and where aces always come in pairs. Saturday means it's showtime for Shohei and mealtime for Mandy. All the swag, all the salt, and all the slams.
Swing and a drive! Are you kidding me?
The biggest games on the best day of the week. Fox Saturday Baseball all season long.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Turning now to Texas, where the man wanted for the execution-style mass shootings of 5 members of one family is finally in custody this morning after a 4-day manhunt. ABC's Justin Finch with the new details.
The 4-day manhunt for Francisco Oropesa finished. The San Jacinto County Sheriff explaining that the 38-year-old was found in a house in the city of Cut and Shoot, Texas.
He was caught hiding in a closet underneath some laundry.
Oropesa caught thanks to a caller to an FBI tip line. A multi-agency takedown followed, involving U.S. Marshals, U.S. Border Patrol, and members of Texas law enforcement.
We just want to thank the person who had the courage and bravery to call in the suspect's location.
That location, some 17 miles west of Cleveland, Texas, where authorities say Oropesa was in his yard firing rounds from his AR-15 style weapon Friday night, prompting complaints from a neighboring family whose baby was kept awake due to the gunfire. Texas authorities say Oropesa then turned his gun on that family, killing 5, including that baby's mother and 9-year-old brother. The family all originally from Honduras. Their surviving loved ones left suffering.
They can rest easy now because he is behind bars, and he will live out his life behind bars for killing those 5.
Classmates of the youngest victim, Daniel Enrique Lasso, honoring his memory.
The students know something happened, and this is their way of thanking him, being part of his life, and honoring him.
Officials say Oropesa, a Mexican national, has been deported from the U.S. 4 times since 2009 and now faces 5 murder counts and a $5 million bond. Authorities say that FBI tipster will receive award money, the total increasing to $100,000.
The parents of 2 missing girls found dead in Oklahoma are now speaking out. They say their daughters were at a sleepover down the street, and they never imagined the danger the girls were facing. They were among 7 bodies later found on that property. Here's ABC's Andrea Fujii.
This morning, we're learning more about the 7 bodies found on this Oklahoma property belonging to a registered sex offender. Among them, police say 2 teenage girls recently reported missing, along with the bodies of 39-year-old convicted rapist Jesse McFadden, his wife, and 3 children.
Hasn't hit me just yet. I still think she's standing right behind me or going to walk down these steps.
Nathan Brewer's 16-year-old daughter, Brittany, and her friend, 14-year-old Ivy Webster, were at a sleepover at the McFadden's home. Their families say the girls were friends with the McFadden's teen daughter. When Brittany and Ivy didn't come home, an Amber Alert was issued.
It was so hard because
I feel like at that point I knew.
What they say they didn't know was that McFadden had been released from prison in 2020 after serving 17 years of a 20-year sentence for rape.
He never did anything personally where we were like,
okay, so you didn't know his history?
No, we had no idea.
Now the girl's parents are pushing for change.
Any second that I could save to save some other children, to make a change, is what I want to do. And if I can tell Ivy's story and tell our story and get our government officials and everybody to start speaking up loud and keeping these pedophiles in jail.
A woman who testified against McFadden, leading to his conviction in 2003, says he never should have been released from prison.
He had actually held a knife to my throat that night and told me if I told anybody that he would kill me.
McFadden was still entangled with the law. He was due in court Monday, the day the bodies were found, on child porn and other charges. McFadden's mother-in-law says his family didn't know about his criminal past until just a few months ago. As for the 7 bodies found, police are still investigating how each victim died and who's responsible.
A second woman testifying Tuesday that she was assaulted by former President Donald Trump. 81-year-old Jessica Leeds of Asheville, North Carolina, says she was molested by Trump on an airliner in the late 1970s. Leeds says she met the former president aboard a daytime flight to New York and that he suddenly kissed and groped her. Leeds coming out with her story in support of another woman who says she was sexually assaulted by Trump, E. Jean Carroll, who's suing Trump in civil court.
What was it like testifying today?
It's nerve-wracking. It's not fun. It's not fun. And I hope I never have to tell this story again. So, thank you.
Carroll claims she was sexually assaulted by the future president in a department store in 1996. The Biden administration is deploying more troops to the southern border. It comes just days before the Trump-era Title 42 policy expires. That policy allowed the U.S. to expel asylum seekers due to concerns about COVID. Now, without that policy, border agents are bracing for a flood of migrants. Here's ABC's Justin Finch to explain the new action the White House is taking.
This morning, with the expiration of Title 42 looming, the Pentagon says the first of 1,500 active duty troops could arrive at the border as soon as next week.
In light of the changes on May 11th and the anticipated surge, DHS did reach out and request this support.
Title 42 allowed the U.S. to reject migrants based on COVID concerns, but that will no longer be possible with the COVID health emergency expiring May 11th. And now Border Patrol agents say they urgently need help to process the expected surge of migrants, which could top 10,000 per day.
I don't have enough agents, I don't have enough infrastructure, I don't have enough technology. I have other areas where I think our agents have really locked down the border security situation.
The White House says the troops will deploy for 90 days, but only in a support role to free up border agents to deal with migrants directly.
These personnel will be performing administrative tasks like data entry and warehouse support. They will not be performing law enforcement functions.
But President Biden's former director for border management is slamming the decision to send troops, saying deploying military personnel suggests a concerning lack of readiness for this transition. The situation has escalated into a greater emergency that will once again lead to troops in border communities. Republicans have blamed President Biden for easing border restrictions and making this crisis worse. But the White House says any meaningful immigration reform needs to come from Congress, not the president. Meanwhile, some breaking news overnight. Mexico has agreed to continue accepting migrants from at least 4 countries who are expelled by the U.S. Analysts say this will help act as a deterrent for those making the journey north.
Film and television writers who are members of the Writers Guild of America went on strike on Tuesday and picketed outside of studios in California, including Netflix Hollywood headquarters. The strike will disrupt the production of movies and scripted television shows.
This is about initial compensation and residuals, how we're paid for the content we create that earns these companies billions, $30 billion a year in profit every year. All we're asking for is a reasonable cut of that so that our members can pay their rent, buy a house, raise a family, save for retirement. Pretty normal stuff.
According to the Writers Guild, close to 98% of members who cast ballots supported going on strike. The last time the union went on strike was in 2007 through 2008, and that strike lasted about 100 days. All right, still to come here on the second half of our show. Those of us with a sweet tooth can rejoice as a new baking company has opened up in Bangor. This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
This is Rochelle, who gives you a shot. Rebecca is there when you feel not so hot. This is Larissa, who's feeling blown up. And this here is Winnie, who zhuzhed up their cup. This is Victoria, helping women stay healthy. These are your kids, snacking snacks made with veggies. And Maddie can help you find your new favorite color. And Kyle helps find meds for under $10. Whoever you are, wherever, whenever. At CVS, healthier happens together.
Name a place you love being naked.
Does Steve sing her a song? Get super shy. Pull out flowers.
Can't you look at me? No, ma'am. I don't want to make eye contact with you. Only reason I'm asking you this because it's on the card.
Steve, you would have asked me that in your younger days.
Family Feud, the only choice.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22. You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith, and today is Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023. Today the sunrise occurs at 5:22 a.m., quite early, and it sets at 7:42 p.m., which means we've gained 20 minutes of daylight since just Wednesday of last week. I know I personally tried to catch the sunset this weekend, but I forgot it's so early now, so I chose to sleep in instead. It was still pretty when I left the house at 6:30. And today is also National Paranormal Day. It's a great day to make conversation about whether you and your peers believe in ghosts and or aliens or not, and maybe if you do, share some stories along those lines. All right, well, on this day in history, in 1830, the first regular steam train passenger service started here in the United States. Definitely changed a lot of stuff. It made Maine more likely to be vacation land. And in 1845, the first African-American lawyer, Macone B. Allen, was admitted to the bar in Massachusetts. In 1937, Margaret Mitchell won a Pulitzer Prize for her book, Gone with the Wind. And finally, in 1944, wartime meat rationing ended in the United States. For birthdays today, we have singer-songwriter James Brown, who was born on this day. In 1933, he did pass away in 2006. And another singer-songwriter, Bing Crosby, who was born on this day in 1903. And passed away in 1977. Both posthumous birthdays today, but incredibly talented guys. So happy birthday to them. All right, moving on now. Let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Do you need extra storage, a place to live, camp on your lawn, buildings for your pets? Check them out at winterportsheds.com. Alrighty, here we are this morning. We are watching a few advisories that are posted, though. Mainly these right here are just some small crowd advisories that are posted until 10 a.m. later on this morning, though. We also have river flood warnings that are posted pretty much until further notice, as we're going to be watching for some high water levels as well. That's where that area saw a lot of rain very recently as well. For now, we're watching some rain tracking from the south to the north yet again, so unfortunately we're dealing with more active weather, as we'll be watching for a few rain showers yet again today, and some gusty winds in a few parts. As we do zoom things out and give you the bigger picture, here's that area of low pressure right here that's bringing some rain, and yes, even a few snow showers across parts of the country. I know we're in May, and here we are dealing with yet more snow across some parts of the country. So as we do proceed forward in time, we'll have the rain moving forward today. Maybe mixing with a little bit of snow later on tonight further off towards the north, so make sure you're ready for that. But everyone else will mainly stay with a few rain showers. On top of that, a little bit of wind to watch out for as well, mainly out of the northeast going to the south and west at around 10, maybe 15 miles per hour sustained, but gusts up to 25 miles per hour are also possible. The hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, mostly cloudy with a few rain showers possible, temperatures in the upper 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Anyone in the Bangor area with a sweet tooth has a new destination to get their fix. Sugar Ray opened their first brick-and-mortar store at 20 State Street in downtown Bangor Tuesday morning. Owner Ryan Halbert says it's always been a dream of hers to open up a physical storefront, and she can't believe it's finally happening.
It's a bit overwhelming, honestly. It's great, but it's a bit shocking, I guess. I still haven't completely taken it all in, I guess, is probably the way that I would word it.
Ray's opening day was such a success, Halbert had to close early after selling the majority of her inventory. Sugar Ray is open Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Best of luck to her. She has a great venue there. I love that spot. All right, still to come here this morning, Ryan Sudol will have the latest with sports. We'll be right back.
Bathfitter is a better way to remodel your tub. Precise measuring means the perfect fit. The Bathfitter tub-over-tub process means no mess or stress. A custom-made tub and seamless wall mean a watertight fit. Premium acrylic means it lasts a lifetime. And all this together means a great value. Bathfitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Detail 207, an average guy with the knowledge and skills to fully detail your vehicle. From cars and trucks to big rigs and motorcycles, we detail it all. If it has wheels and it isn't as clean as you'd like it to be, give me a call and we'll set up an appointment today. 659-2995.
Shine on a dime with your average guys at Detail 207.
Buyer's Garage, where we work on more than just vehicles. We also sell VP racing fuel in 5-gallon pails and 54-gallon drums. But we don't stop there, as we also handle custom metal fabrication and earthwork too. We will repair your driveway and eliminate the imperfections to make it look like new. We can also clear land for your house lot and dig your new foundation. Buyer's Garage. Give us a call today at 745-7095.
This is Sheldon Cooper's theory of relativity.
All right.
F is family.
We have family business to discuss.
We're getting a puppy?
No.
Then I'm not sure I care. X is love.
Sweet dreams. Love you.
Love you too, because you're my mom.
Young Sheldon 5 times a week.
On Fox 22.
It's an epic new season with weekly themes and a special new twist.
What? Somebody's messing with us.
The Masked Singer, tonight on Fox.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Let's start with some high school baseball. Brewers on a tear to start 2023, a streak driven by the mound, their defense, and a special person they're playing for.
All the hard work that the kids have put in towards the offseason, especially paid off early in the season.
Brewer Witches baseball is on a hot start. Coming into Tuesday, they're a perfect 5-0 on the year.
Obviously a great start to the year, and we're still working really hard at practice and preparing for games, just taking it one game at a time.
Their crown jewel so far is no doubt their pitching. The Witches allowed just 7 runs in their first 5 games. The staff is led by junior ace Grady Venetestein.
Oh, he's very important to this team. His balls have a lot of movement to him. Off-speed's pretty good, change-up's pretty good, fastball. Not a lot of people can hit it.
Regardless, Venetestein says he's nothing without those who back him up.
I trust my defense behind me to roll ground balls, and I just try to pitch the contact, get my defense to make the plays for me, and the strikeouts will come.
And that defense is living up to those expectations. You can count the amount of errors the Witches have had this year on one hand.
Coach Corey is very big on working the defensive side of the ball. We do it quite a few times during the week. We're trying to get as many reps as we can and trying to make the hard things look easy, so when it comes in the game, it's a little bit smoother transition.
But aside from their play and what they're playing for, this season is also driven by who they're playing for. Their teammate Bryce Basso, who recently passed away.
He was a big part of our school and our friend group, and it was a tough loss, but we're really dedicating this year to him.
Hard worker, heads down, did all the things he needed to do to work hard. Nothing but great things about him.
With all of that put together, the Witches believe that they can put another state title
into the school's trophy case.
We do have a tight group and a lot of veterans that are back. I'm just really confident this year in how we stick together and play as a team.
Okay, now let's go to some boys lacrosse action. Over at historic Doyle Field in Brewer, the Witches hosted John Bapps in the first of their 2 meetings this season. Brewer looking to win back-to-back. Bapps looking for 3 in a row. Let's go to the 4th quarter. Brewer leads. Ryder Goodwin off the pass decides to just let it rip, and it goes in to extend the Witches' lead. Later on, Aiden Davis on the break. Up ahead to Owen Spalding. Hello, behind the back, just sneaks it in near side. Wow, Witches continue to roll. Then the Crusaders would get on the board. Here's Connor Gooley to Will Cashman. He gets it into the net for the goal, but Brewers' defense and goalie Wyatt McIntyre would be key down the stretch. Watch this save here off the shot from Gavin Bartlett. The Witches would stand firm and win their second straight. 8-2 is the final. And now for the Boys Lax nightcap over at Cameron. Mount Blue coming up to visit Handon Academy. First quarter, Mount Blue's Tyler Abel in X to Dustin Hinckley, and he nails it with the bounce. His 4th of the game. 5-0 Cougars after 1. Second quarter, Broncos clawing back. Aaron Donovan to Jack Johnson, and he puts it in 5-2. And then 10 seconds later, Tucker Leland picks up the ground ball and bounces in a long shot there to make it 5-3. Couple minutes later, crazy sequence here. The shot from Mount Blue's Chase Ranger gets saved by Matt Shane. What a save. But then Abel emerges, gets it to Hinckley, and that is 5 on the night for him. 6-4 at the half. Cougars hang on in the end and win it 8-6. Okay, now let's go to the NBA, as the Celtics will try to rebound tomorrow night when they host the 76ers in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. The Sixers, who were without All-Star center and now league MVP Joel Embiid, held on for a stunning 119-115 win on Monday night. Philly is also now 5-0 in the postseason after sweeping the Nets in round 1. The Celtics, who had a lead late in the game, committing too many costly turnovers, 16 to be exact, something they'll need to correct heading into Game 2. But the Celtics are not pushing any panic buttons just yet.
I got to be better at play calling and getting us into our spacing quicker. So it's from that, and then just I think at times we were caught in between a 2-on-1 where we could have shot it and got a good look, but tried to get a great look. And sometimes you just in situations like that where they're scrambling, you just can't pass up good looks. So it's a little bit on me, and then it's a little bit of just we got to have the freedom to just shoot the ball, knock down open shots.
Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
They've got the sharpest pencil in town. Have they just sit around that showroom figuring deals and whittling that old pencil down? They know that if you buy once, you're gonna be back. So instead of buying one, you're buying 2, and that's a fact. They've got the sharpest pencil in town.
So come on down, neighbor. The coffee pot's on.
When Natural Living Center wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Natural Living Center offers natural groceries, organic produce, the largest selection of supplements in the area, gluten-free products, and more for your health.
Toyota's all-wheel drive vehicles not only conquer the elements, Toyota conquers its competitors by sheer selection. You see, Toyota has 20 different all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models. That's more than Subaru, more than Honda, more than Jeep. Conquer most anything with a tough Tacoma 4x4, the best-selling midsize pickup for 18 years, and named Best Truck among midsize pickups. See your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Asking the right question can greatly impact your future.
Are you qualified to do this?
What? Especially when it comes to your finances.
Are you a certified financial planner?
I'm a CFP professional.
CFP professionals are committed to acting in your best interest. That's why it's gotta be a CFP.
In a race.
Teddy bear.
Clock.
Alarm clock.
Alarm clock is correct.
Against the clock.
Woo! Dictionary, baby!
Can we switch Jerry to decaf, please?
Who can draw up a win?
Hiking.
Hiking is correct.
Yes!
Pictionary.
Ballet tutu. Tutu correct! You did it! With 1 second left.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. A bipartisan effort is underway to protect children on social media. 2 senators have reintroduced legislation that would require sites to default to stricter settings for younger users. Fox News congressional correspondent Aisha Hasni is on Capitol Hill with the details.
David Molak was just 16 years old when he took his own life. A victim of relentless cyberbullying, his mom says, run rampant on social media.
They were targeting his appearance, threatened him, and told him he should never go back to school, put him in a body bag, put him 6 feet under.
His story is one of the many reasons why Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn and Democrat Senator Richard Blumenthal are putting politics aside and reintroducing their Kids Online Safety Act, or KOSA, to give parents more control over what their kids see.
This is how they're meeting drug dealers. It's how they're learning about how to commit suicide and music to commit suicide to.
The bill requires social media platforms to default to stricter settings for users 17 and under. It would also let parents disable features that are addictive and opt out of recommendations made by powerful algorithms.
This idea is not red or blue. It's not Republican or Democrat. There's no red or blue algorithm driving toxic content.
But the pair face pushback. Last year, about 100 advocacy groups sent a letter to Senate Leader Chuck Schumer opposing the bill, claiming it could limit a child's access to sex education or resources for LGBTQ plus youth. But Blumenthal says he and Blackburn have updated the bill, limiting potential harmful content to substance abuse, suicide, and eating disorders.
The ACLU still not happy with the bill, though. Meanwhile, Fox did ask Leader Schumer if he would support this particular piece of legislation. He would only go so far as to say that he would want to see some kind of child protections in an online bill. On Capitol Hill, I'm Aisha Hasni, Fox News.
Now here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Do you need extra storage, a place to live, camp on your lot, buildings for your pets? Check them out at winterportsheds.com. Alrighty, here we are. So we do have a small crowd advisories that are posted until 10 a.m. later this morning. Right along it here, wave heights continue to remain active in a few areas. River flood warnings remain posted until further notice. Whenever you see a time kind of like this, or it's very exact, pretty much it's in effect until further notice, until the water levels go back down. Wave heights are around 5 to 6 feet according to the buoys right now, so they continue to remain a little high as a result of the active weather across the region. We'll see some improvement coming up soon, but first we got to get through some rain that continues to fall in a few areas this morning. Nothing heavy, though. That was in the western parts of the state this morning. For us, not as heavy as it tracks off towards the north and east. We'll be watching for multiple waves of rainfall possible with this area low pressure tracking from the southwest going to the north and east. So today and tomorrow we have chances for rain. I've actually pulled out the chance for rain for Friday, so that is some good news. So we'll be mostly cloudy Friday and the weekend looking pretty good as well. So futurecast moving forward, a few rain showers today, some dry hours as well, but notice nothing but cloud cover. All this white you see here is nothing but cloud cover here, but we'll be watching for some rain and even a few snow showers possible later on tonight as well, and even through tomorrow morning, some more rain showers moving in from the northeast, going toward the south and west yet again. But once we head towards Thursday night and parts of Friday, this is the last little bit of rain before that finally begins to get out of here, and the clouds slowly but surely start to break up. As for rainfall, looks a little bit like this. The best opportunities for any additional rainfall further off towards the western parts of the state, where maybe another half inch of rain could fall between now and Friday. But for us, though, not a whole lot, maybe a tenth to 2/10 of an inch of rain between now and Friday before we're all finished up. So nothing significant. It'll just be dreary outside. And on top of that, though, some gusty winds on the way yet again, reaching up to around 20 miles per hour, and a few spots maybe getting close to 25 miles per hour along the coast. So, and we'll keep that rolling again, especially as we head towards Thursday morning. So the wind will continue to remain rather gusty. Our average high temperature is 61 degrees. Will be below average today and tomorrow in the upper 40s, but warming up pretty quickly. Middle 50s Friday, middle 60s as we head towards Saturday, close to 70 on Sunday, back in the lower to middle 60s again Monday and also in near Tuesday. For today, upper 40s cloudy with a few rain showers, with that east wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. For tonight, here we are, a few rain and some snow showers possible, lows in the upper 30s, northeast wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 40s again, cloudy with rain showers again, northeast swing getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Already for your Thursday, again, upper 40s with a few rain showers, but drying out for Friday, which is also Cinco de Mayo with a mostly cloudy sky. Now, we're partly cloudy Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures warm up.
Mother's Day is fast approaching, and we have the perfect gift right here at Quality Jewelers. Pick any mother's ring mounting, and we'll cover the cost of the stones. This deal ends Saturday, May 13th, so don't wait. Quality Jewelers, locally owned and operated, Penobscot Plaza, Bangor.
Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover-Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance. Browse our inventory online or in person. Whether it's a car, truck, or SUV, we can put you in the vehicle that is right for you. Sales, service, and parts. Rowell's Garage. Doing business the right way every day.
Feeling good, feeling great, feeling great, feeling good.
Oh, okay. I was going to say exactly that.
This spring,
Feeling great, feeling good, feeling great, feeling good, feeling great.
one show
Metal.
Can. We got that!
is making it rain.
You're going home with $10,000 just like that.
25 words or less.
Best game show host.
Meredith Vieira.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Mother's Day is fast approaching, and we have the perfect gift right here at Quality Jewelers. Pick any mother's ring mounting, and we'll cover the cost of the stones. This deal ends Saturday, May 13th, so don't wait. Quality Jewelers, locally owned and operated, Penobscot Plaza, Bangor.
Many of us spend a lot of time thinking about money, but our mind often treats our money in different ways, depending on how we got it. This can have an impact on our financial well-being. ABC's Justin Finch reports on the idea of mental accounting and what you can do about it.
So let's say it's payday at your job and you get your paycheck for the work you did during the past week. And let's say it's also your birthday and someone gives you money as a present. How you think about those two amounts of money you've just received is called mental accounting.
There's evidence that people spend money that they earn themselves much more deliberately than money, for example, that they're given as a gift.
Your brain may think about your birthday money as discretionary money, money you can use for something fun like new clothes or a vacation. And you might think of your paycheck as essential money, money to use for things like food and the rent. But in your family budget, all money is the same. Thinking about discretionary money and essential money differently can cause problems.
So what people might do is they might spend all their money in their discretionary accounts and then be short in their essential ones, when they should really cut the budget in the discretionary one and move it more toward the essential one.
Another example of mental accounting is when you keep money in a low-interest savings account while also keeping an outstanding balance on a credit card with a high interest rate. So what can you do to keep mental accounting from becoming a problem? Experts say to take those mental accounts and make them physical.
Start making lists of all the things you have in your head and the money you have available to spend, and start tracking it on an ongoing basis, especially when it comes to the dynamic of those optional things versus those more essential things.
Valuing all the money you receive the same way can help you think about your finances more clearly and help your bottom line.
Gen Zers are ditching the smartphone and going back to the phone of their parents, the flip phone. A new report by the Wall Street Journal sheds light on the new wave of young adults using flip phones. For those in Gen Z, smartphones have become a distraction. Some say they're, quote, slaves to it. The use of the flip phone takes away from all the unnecessary scrolling and just leaves the basic functions, texting and calling, especially in an emergency. Today's cheaper alternative to the smartphone comes with Bluetooth, 4G, and even cameras on some. An elementary school principal gets a wild surprise on Monday. James Marsh, the principal at Zela Elementary School in Summersville, West Virginia, heard growling and roaring coming from inside a dumpster. He went to inspect the garbage can, only to have the bear jump out. They kind of looked at